Amazon, the retail giant, recently issued a sobering forecast. This announcement has sent ripples through the financial world, causing many to sit up and take notice. The company, known for its vast reach and influence, has a unique vantage point on consumer behavior and economic trends. It suggests tough times ahead for the American economy. The indicators are clear: declining consumer spending, shrinking profit margins, and a general sense of economic unease. These signs are not just isolated to Amazon, but reflect a broader trend that could impact various sectors. This isn't just another corporate announcement, it's a canary in the coal mine. When a company as large and influential as Amazon raises concerns, it's a signal that should not be ignored. The metaphor of the canary in the coal mine is apt, as it historically warned miners of danger ahead. Amazon's warning signals potential trouble for everyone, not just big businesses. Small businesses, in particular, may feel the pinch as consumer spending tightens. Families, too, might need to reassess their budgets and spending habits in light of these economic forecasts. This isn't the time to panic, but it is the time to pay attention. Financial advisors recommend staying informed and making prudent decisions. Reading up on financial news and understanding market trends can help individuals and businesses navigate these uncertain times. Understanding the economic forces at play is crucial. Economists and financial analysts are closely monitoring the situation, providing insights and forecasts that can help guide decision-making. It's important to stay updated with reliable sources and expert opinions. We're all in this together, and knowledge is power. Communities can support each other by sharing information and resources. Families can have open discussions about finances and plan together for the future. In times of economic uncertainty, collective wisdom and mutual support can make a significant difference. Taking proactive steps such as attending financial literacy workshops or participating in online webinars can equip individuals with the tools they need to manage their finances effectively. Creating a budget plan and sticking to it can also provide a sense of control and preparedness. Local communities can also play a vital role in fostering resilience. Initiatives like community gardens, local business fairs, and neighborly support networks can strengthen communal bonds and provide practical assistance during tough times. Finally, it's important to take care of mental and emotional well-being. Stress and anxiety can be mitigated through mindfulness practices, spending quality time with loved ones, and maintaining a positive outlook. Remember, economic challenges are part of a cycle, and with the right approach, we can weather the storm together. Amazon's forecast isn't just bad news for tech giants, it hits closer to home. The average American household is about to feel the pinch. Think rising prices, shrinking wallets, and tough choices at the grocery store. This isn't about abstract economic indicators, it's about real life. It's about whether you can afford that vacation or if you need to dip into savings. Ignoring the warning signs won't make them disappear. One culprit in this economic drama, the rising dollar. The value of the US dollar has been climbing steadily, making it stronger against other major currencies. This might sound like a positive development at first glance, but the implications are far-reaching and complex. While a strong dollar sounds good, it actually hurts American businesses trying to sell products overseas. When the dollar is strong, American goods become more expensive for foreign buyers. This can lead to a decrease in demand for American products abroad, putting pressure on businesses that rely on exports. It also means cheaper imports, which sounds nice until you realize it often comes at the cost of American jobs. Cheaper imports can flood the market, making it difficult for American-made products to compete. This can lead to a reduction in domestic manufacturing and ultimately job losses in industries that can't keep up with the lower prices of imported goods. This complex economic dance has real-world consequences. The interplay between a strong dollar, international trade, and domestic employment creates a delicate balance that can be easily disrupted. Consumers might enjoy lower prices on imported goods, but the broader economic impact can be devastating. It can mean factory closures, reduced work hours, and job losses. When factories close, entire communities can be affected. The loss of jobs doesn't just impact the workers themselves, but also the local economy that depends on their spending. Reduced work hours can strain household budgets, leading to financial instability for many families. The ripple effects of a strong dollar are felt far beyond Wall Street. While investors and financial markets might react positively to a strong dollar, the everyday reality for many Americans is quite different. Empty storefronts in retail areas are a visible sign of the economic strain. Business professionals feel the pressure as they navigate the challenges of a shifting economic landscape. The strength of the dollar is a double-edged sword, bringing both opportunities and challenges that must be carefully managed. The rising dollar isn't just bad news for companies, it's bad news for workers. When American goods become more expensive abroad, demand falls, and companies often respond with layoffs. These job losses further weaken the economy, leading to a vicious cycle. Fewer people working means less spending, which further slows economic growth. It's a domino effect, and the first domino has already fallen. This current economic climate feels eerily familiar. The uncertainty, the anxiety, the constant barrage of troubling news, it all brings back memories of times when the economy was on shaky ground. It's as if we're watching a rerun of a show we hoped would never air again. We've seen this movie before, and it didn't have a happy ending. The plot is all too familiar. Financial instability, market crashes, and the ripple effects that touch every corner of society. The headlines may change, but the underlying story remains the same, a tale of economic hardship and struggle. Remember the recessions of 2008? The housing market collapsed, banks failed, and millions lost their jobs. It was a time of great uncertainty and fear, a stark reminder of how quickly things can go wrong. The images of people lining up outside banks, the foreclosure signs, and the chaos on Wall Street are etched in our collective memory. And what about the early 1980s? High inflation, soaring unemployment rates, and widespread economic discontent defined that era. The industrial scenes, the long unemployment lines, and the economic protest rallies all paint a picture of a society grappling with severe economic challenges. These periods were marked by significant hardship and a long road to recovery. Those were triggered by similar economic factors, whether it's a housing bubble, a stock market crash, or a sudden spike in oil prices. The catalysts for these downturns often share common threads. Financial analysts and historians have long studied these patterns, trying to understand the underlying causes and how to prevent them in the future. History may not repeat itself, but it often rhymes. The pages of history books are filled with examples of economic cycles, each with its own unique circumstances, but also with striking similarities. The stock market charts, the economic reports, they all tell a story of recurring themes and patterns that we would do well to heed. Ignoring the lessons of the past is a surefire way to repeat the same mistakes. It's easy to get caught up in the moment, to think that this time is different. But history has a way of humbling us, reminding us that the fundamentals of economics don't change. The confused looks, the distressed meetings, they're all signs that we may be on the verge of repeating past errors. We need to learn from history to avoid repeating it. By studying the past, we can gain valuable insights into how to navigate the present and future. Economists, policymakers, and business leaders must come together to analyze historical data, understand the warning signs, and develop strategies to mitigate the impact of economic downturns. It's a collective effort that requires vigilance, foresight, and a willingness to learn from our predecessors. Confidence crisis. Perhaps the most worrying sign is the erosion of consumer confidence. When people are worried about the economy, they tighten their belts and spend less. This reduction in spending can turn a slowdown into a full-blown recession. Consumer confidence is the engine of the American economy. When that engine sputters, the whole country feels the jerk. Restoring confidence is key to getting the economy back on track. The Fed's tightrope walk. The Federal Reserve, America's central bank, is tasked with keeping the economy on an even keel. They're trying to curb inflation without triggering a recession, a delicate balancing act. Their decisions have far-reaching consequences for all of us. Raising interest rates too quickly could choke off economic growth, but doing nothing could lead to runaway inflation. It's a tough job with no easy answers. Navigating the economic storm. So what can we do? First, stay informed. Understand the forces at play and how they might affect you. Second, be prepared. Have a plan in case your financial situation changes. Finally, don't panic. Panic decisions are rarely good decisions. By staying informed, being prepared, and keeping a cool head, we can weather this economic storm. The time to pay attention is now. Amazon's warning is a wake-up call. The economic ground is shifting and we need to be ready. This isn't the time to bury our heads in the sand. It's the time to get informed, get prepared, and get involved. The future of our economy depends on it. Let's learn from the past, face the present, and build a more resilient future together.